I got a response to a tweet about how your life has turned out. So on Twitter, Glamazzini retweeted a tweet from somebody. I don't know who this guy is. But the guy put out a question that said, has your life turned out the way your child version imagined it? And she responded to that as no. Then I responded to her tweet and I said, can I add a sprinkle of Hella and and can I add a sprinkle of Hella and that I couldn't make up this shit if I tried. That my version of my life as a child was like a little cute PG-13. And it got me thinking, right? It got me thinking like why why has things turned out so drastically different from the way that I imagined it as a child? Like, is it that I'm getting a little philosophical, I'm getting a little deep. Is it that when you're a child and the way that you project your vision is just based on what? Like, I know I started asking the question and I didn't answer it. Because I'm thinking, is it that when we become adults, our life is predestined to be a bit fucked up? Is that just the way it is, that the older you get, your life is just gonna get fucked up? And as a child, your life isn't that fucked up because you haven't had enough experiences. I know it sounds obvious as I'm saying it out loud. It does sound obvious that that would be the case. But if you think about it, like, if you think about it, if you try and work around the obviousness of what I'm saying and you think about it from a vibrational sense, as a child, you've got no resistance to anything because you're still learning about the world and you're still being taught about how you should navigate it. But you're so young that a lot of this information goes in one ear and comes out the other ear, right? And children are more resistant. Their emotions are a little bit simple. I enjoy this, I don't enjoy this, I want this, I don't want this, I'm gonna do this, I don't want to do this, right? So you would think that running on that frequency, much like a cat, much like living like a cat, your life would basically turn out to be quite smooth, right? But I'm wondering if just the act of growing older is, by definition, your life is going to become fucked up. Like, do we really have, this is what I'm trying to say, do we really have much control over the version of our life that it becomes? Because as a child, honestly, as a child, I wanted like a few things. I knew I wanted to be a mum and I wanted to have a lot of children. And I'm not sure if I knew I wanted to get married or if I understood the concept of marriage like succinctly to be like, but my mum and dad were married. So, I mean, I knew I wanted to have kids. And when I got a little bit older, I'm thinking of myself at 7. When I got a little bit older, I knew I wanted to get married. And then, other than that, I knew I wanted to have a job. And I didn't really want many things. I wasn't one of those kids that fantasized about having, like, I didn't have like 13 or 14 different things I wanted to do as a job. I had about 4 things I liked. And that's what I saw myself maybe doing, maybe. But, you know, that was it, really. That was it. And I'm just like, if I had kept that simple way of thinking, excuse me, as I grew up, could I have possibly changed the way my life has turned out? If I just kept it simple, could I have changed it? And is it the fact that other people come into your life and bring their vision of what they want for you, and that actually deters or infiltrates or causes a virus in your innocence of your version of what your life would look like? Because if I just only focus on the fact that I want to have children, I want to get married, and I want to have some kind of job where I'm able to be RE, which was definitely like one of the things that I thought I wanted to do, was to be creative. One of the 4 things I thought I wanted to do. If that was my only focus and I didn't worry about like how the thing happened, I just focused on wanting that thing, would my life be different? And why is it that when you get older, things have to go wrong? Like, why is it? Like, I'm not saying that you should have a perfect life. I'm very much, it's the contrast and negativity is all necessary. It's all part of you deciding and repositioning and re-navigating your journey forward. But I'm talking about things that come in and throw an absolute spanner in the works and have you thinking whether or not the thing that you want should be the thing that you want. I'm feeling philosophical. I haven't had any breakfast yet. I'm tired because I stayed up till 4 o'clock this morning. Not 4, maybe around 3. I went to bed around 3, working on the website, putting more listings up on the site. But at that time in the morning, I did tell myself I was going to sleep in and probably not do anything today, because I feel like my body needs to rest a little bit. I can feel like I'm not feeling burnout. I'm just feeling the slight tinges of my body doing a little too much, or maybe being awake for a little too long. But yeah, so go ahead, leave your comments below this video. Let me know if anything I've said has resonated with you. I just think it's interesting.